Welcome to
Separate Bathrooms. And other handy marriage tips. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It is Separate Bathrooms time.
Hi.
Hi.
It's
Hi,
Cam.
honey.
I'm Cam. It's
Hi.
Cam.
It's Cam.
And Ali.
It's Ali, and you're in the bathroom with us.
Yep. Nice to have you here in our separate bathroom studio. I have been on Facebook.
Have you?
Yes, and we're getting lots of people coming on to the Separate Bathrooms Facebook page, and it's great. We're a growing family, so I've been putting little messages out there.
I know. You have.
And and I just wanted to acknowledge a couple of them, recent ones. Natasha said, "My goodness, I loved this week's episode. You're both hilarious, raw, honest, and fun." It's really nice.
That's really lovely.
Yep.
It's really
And
kind.
She's talking about the episode that we did on expectations.
Yes.
That was last week's one. And Kim,
Did you expect that feedback?
No.
See what I just did there? Did you see what I just did?
Yeah. And see, that's where I got a surprise, and it felt much better.
Yeah. You didn't expect anything.
No,
That's
no.
right.
And Kim with a Y, Kim F, said, "Just want to say thanks so much for your frankness, as opposed to harriness."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your hairiness.
Your Highness.
Yes.
Openness and authenticity. It is truly a refreshing change in this world of Instagrammable fake... Instagrammable... Oh my,
In this
I shouldn't
world-
do it after 3 beers, should I?
In this world where people can't pronounce Instagrammable.
We'll get into this in a minute. In this world of Instagrammable fake perfection we live in these days.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's lovely. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Natasha, for playing along.
Yeah, it's lovely to have feedback because we have no clue if anyone even listens or likes
we
it.
do from this and from Instagram.
We do now, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And because we're doing this on our own, like we don't have personal assistants or PAs as they're called. We don't have any of that sort of thing going on, or people assisting us in getting topics to talk about.
Actually, that's untrue because tonight at dinner, we asked our 3 children, what the hell are we going to talk about?
Which is great.
Which is great. And they came up with some good ideas.
Yeah,
our
Lotus.
youngest, Bodhi, said, we said, okay, give us 2 things to talk about. Go, around the table. Here we go. And Bodhi said, me and me, meaning her. This is our little confident, it's all about me child. So we could spend the entire episode talking about Bodhi, but methinks not.
Yeah, we could, and she'd love that. But we did make a pact with the kids that we were not going to talk about them. We're just going to be talking about our relationship
just
and our
around
stuff.
it. Yeah, around some of the things. Yeah.
Yeah. But Lotus came up with a good one.
Yeah.
And you can say what that is.
Because you've forgotten, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It was so good, I forgot.
Okay. Well, it felt good. I'm left with the feeling of we can talk about that.
Right. Oh, well, she was talking to her girlfriend today, where she works, and her girlfriend's in a fairly new relationship, and they were talking together about when's the first moment that you let your guard down with your partner, and is there the idea of letting your guard down, or is there still the idea of having some decorum, which is what we were talking about. Now,
okay, so decorum, I think putting your guard down
yes,
and having
2 different
decorum,
things.
they're very different things.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Absolutely,
okay.
yeah.
Good.
So she was specifically talking about when her girlfriend was mentioning about who does the first fart in the relationship. Now, it was always going to be you with us.
Well, yeah, because you're unnaturally unnatural unfarter. I mean, and you know that I think farts are funny, so they should be encouraged.
I know, and you still think farts are funny. This is what astounds me. All these years later, you're 54 and you still laugh at a fart like you're 5 years old.
Yeah, because I come back to one of my best mates growing up. We had a band together in Melbourne, and his dad, so Ted Cleaver, his dad, Pete Cleaver, owned Cleaver's music shop in Frankston, and he was a jazz banjo player, lovely fella, and he said to me,
Farts are funny?
he said, the day you stop laughing at farts, Cam, is the day you get old.
Oh, man.
And that was probably the last time I saw Pete Cleaver.
Yeah.
And
You've held
I'm
on
still
to that
talking
advice.
about it 40 years later.
It depends. It's depend on when the fart happens,
Well,
as you know.
well-timed
for
fart
me.
is brilliant. You know, it is.
It's brilliant. It is absolutely.
Well, honey, it is. It's a well-timed fart. There's not that much
A fart
better.
on the TV, I really enjoy. A fart when I'm eating dinner, I'm really cranky.
Hang on. A fart while you're on the... What do you mean on the TV?
A fart like...
In a movie?
Yeah, in a movie.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Yes.
Because I'm not smelling it. But a
Yeah,
fart...
unless it's smell-o-vision.
Yeah, but a fart as I'm eating really upsets me.
Like I said, a well-timed fart is brilliant.
Yeah,
that's not
that's
a
not a
particularly
well-timed
well-timed fart, nor is one in a spa or a hot tub when you're trying to get romantic.
Right. So this is so... And then on the other side of decorum, as we were talking about,
Yeah.
I don't ever go to... we don't go to the bathroom in front of each other. Well,
Did we
yeah,
ever?
not really. No, I don't think we ever did. I don't think that was ever
A thing.
a thing. Some couples do, and that's totally fine. I mean,
Again,
whatever,
What'd you get? We've
was
got
gonna
to
say
say whatever floats your boat.
whatever
Works.
works, really. But that's part of... I mean, we talked about this too, that I personally don't like just stripping naked in front of you. I like to sort of...
I personally love it when you do that.
I like to just have a little bit of allure of mystery, and a little bit of decorum. But you've often, that's upset you sometimes, saying, you just don't get all your clothes off in front of me. I'm like, well, because I just like to sort of, I don't know, have a little bit of mystery.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're okay with it now, right?
I am, but I wasn't. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because this is why we got married. We got married to have...
To be naked in front of each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And you sleep together every night and or whatever you're doing. I mean...
It's
that's what
happened
it's
more
about.
as I've gotten older, though. Like, I don't think I was not like that when we first were together.
No, I think it sort of happened probably around after River was born. River was our second child.
Yeah, that would be...
It was about after River
right.
was born. Because
Yeah.
he tended to extend your body in ways that were not natural.
Not natural. Yeah, when your belly button actually touches the floor, you know that there's something not quite right.
Like Alison's, like she swallowed a torpedo. You had this, I remember it just kept thinking in my mind, damn the torpedoes, because you'd stand there in your bathers, you had a bikini, and there's this massive torpedo coming out.
Yeah, he was
the
a
front.
big
It's like,
baby.
How are you going to bounce back from that? And interestingly enough, I reckon that's where, oh God, I'm going down a slippery slope right now. I think that's where men and women, with our expectations, just getting back to last week, you think you're going to bounce back, and you're after what you went through for the better part of 10 months there of pregnancy with Riv, how does the body bounce back? Well, often it doesn't. And your body changes and morphs into something new that is this new, beautiful, womanly body, right? And to try and make it go back I think is an unreasonable expectation.
It's an incredibly unreasonable expectation.
So I didn't slip as far as I thought
No,
I was going
you
to.
not at all. You said that really well.
Okay.
Yeah, you can wipe the sweat off your brow now.
I'm like,
Because physically your bones move. So you're not ever going to be really the same shape. And there's so much that goes on, that you get your stretch marks. You get, there's things that you just are irreparable when you give birth.
They're kind of like battle scars, aren't they? And were you told about things like that your pelvis was going to move and you were, and stretch marks were going to appear?
I studied it, and then I became a birth assistant. So, I mean, maybe not.
But you weren't
so
studying
much
that before you had children.
No. I guess maybe not so much with the first one. I not really actually, because I do remember when Lotus was born, I expected my stomach to go flat like really quickly, and I was like, why do I still look pregnant? Like, is this how I'm going to look forever? I remember having that thought.
And you're talking about like a week after or
no, I'm talking about hours after going, I just thought baby comes out. I just put on baby weight, baby comes out, and that's it. Tummy goes flat. It's like, I know there's so much more going on than that. So, but that's the birthing process.
Want better sleep? It's time to toss out your memory foam and upgrade to an Awara, the organic luxury hybrid mattress with Sri Lankan latex wrapped around coil springs to provide contour and a touch of bounce for supportive sleep throughout the night. The best part? A 365-night trial, no questions asked. If you don't like it, we'll take it back. You can't go wrong with free shipping, free returns, and a forever warranty. AWARAsleep.com and use code HEALTH for $350 off. Plus, we will plant 100 trees with your purchase.
Hi, this is Brooke Devard from Naked Beauty. Are you tired of feeling housebound? I sure am. Break free with the new Unbound cordless auto curler from Conair. It's a high-performance auto curler that's rechargeable and gives you up to 60 minutes of cord-free runtime. Just think of all of the incredible hair looks you can create in 60 minutes unbound away from your wall. Don't get tied down by cords. Love your look, live unbound. Check it out at conair.com and search Unbound.
And continuing the theme of the birthing process, we're still birthing our Separate Bathrooms podcast. I feel like we're still in our infancy.
Oh, yeah.
We're still learning about it.
Absolutely.
And loving your feedback. That is the most exciting thing, I think.
It's really lovely.
is to read your feedback and get your conversation points and tips and things like that. So we
where
can
where it hits you is really I had one.
So hit us up. Sorry, I'll just go. So hit us up on Separate Bathrooms on Facebook.
Yep.
And you can also Instagram us. I'm at Cameron Daddo. Ali, you're at
Daddo.
Yeah, and I just want you to say something.
I know. Cue my name. Yeah.
It's just like a radio thing.
I had a beautiful one. I won't say the name just in case she doesn't want me to share. But anyway.
What about first name? You can do that.
No, there actually isn't a first name, but I only have like the username. So I don't want to say that just in case she might not want to. Anyway, she said, I continue to be so grateful for your podcast. Thank you for teaching me language to use in a disagreement, for helping me work out how to break down my thoughts about things and then speak about them. You guys have broken communication down for me so well, and listening to how you communicate your thoughts to Cam has really supported my growth there. I'm a born people pleaser. There's that word again. And you're helping me grow and set boundaries and be clear and get clear. Grateful is an understatement. So that's just so magical to me to hear that, because we're just, sharing our mistakes and what we've learned and, and
our victories.
And we're still working on our communication. Yep. We
What?
still...
What?
What? We still trip up. That's for sure. Though, it's just that's a really wonderful piece of feedback. So, yay.
Let's get back to this idea of when do you show who you are in a relationship. We did get off track a bit and we got carried away with farts for a little while, but that is something about what you show, you're on your best behaviour.
Yeah.
That's what Lotus was talking about from that movie, Bridesmaids, where she goes to bed with the guy. They have a one-night stand. Or is it a one-night stand? Anyway,
It's not. It's just they're sex buddies.
Yeah, but she wakes up before he does, goes put on a face full of makeup and then climbs quietly back into bed, goes back to sleep, and he wakes up and says you're so beautiful in the morning.
She's like, I just woke up.
Yeah.
Bodhi asked me if I did that with you. She goes, did you do that with Dad?
Like lately or?
Definitely not lately. I do. I feel like I remember not putting on makeup, but I feel like I do remember waking up earlier, checking my look in the mirror, making sure everything was okay, and then getting back into bed so I didn't look like a hideous beast when you rolled over and woke up. I feel like I did that. I feel like I was aware of that somehow or another.
What would you have done to change your look at that
maybe
point?
I rinsed my mouth out.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have dragon breath and got the sleep out of my eyes. And maybe I just did a bit of that.
And is that such a bad thing? Obviously early in a relationship, I don't think that's a bad thing to be doing that.
Well, do you know what I think is really lovely? I've heard couples talk about this too, is that they love still, as, couples that are been together a long time, they still love to get dressed up for their partner. And I love that. I think that's a really, not with the expectation of they need to tell me I look beautiful or handsome, though, to get dressed up for them and, when they go out and be like, I think that's a really sweet little way of showing that you still care.
Absolutely. And it is making an effort.
Yeah.
Because you can get stuck in the rut, in the mundane. This is how we roll. It's like, I just put the tracky dacks on and the thongs or whatever and it'll all be fine. And it probably would be fine. Yet to make that effort and go out. I remember in Thanksgiving time, and we'd have our Thanksgiving lunch, and I used to love putting on, nicer clothes, put on a tie or something, and it just felt like it's making more of an occasion. Of it,
right, exactly.
of whatever's happening, and then to go out for dinner and get dressed up and maybe throw some aftershave on or something.
Yep.
Clean the teeth once in a while, change the jocks.
Keep the farts to a minimum.
Well, keep the farts out.
Yeah, okay.
Keep the farts out.
Yeah. Especially when you're like, you open the car door for your wife, close the car door, walk around the back of the car, and that's when you let loose. Then you get back into the car.
and you know that's happened.
Honey, I've heard it happen. You think I don't hear that stuff? Oh my God. Seriously? How long have we been together?
That's hilarious.
Do you know, I'm reminded of one of it just reminds me of one of the stories that we've told before, not on the podcast, but when we were living in LA, Cam has an incredible habit of, if there's a button, Cam must press it, especially if he's been told, okay, this button here, don't press it. Well, Cam wants to press the button.
It's called fiddle, fiddle, fiddle.
And I don't know why, but we were given a bottle of pepper spray. Why were we given a bottle of pepper spray?
I was given it was a small compressor.
Yeah.
No, I bought it. We're on Melrose Avenue and someone was selling them and they were $5 each, and someone was selling this pepper spray, and they were saying that there was mace, and this was a natural version of mace, and it was in this leather sort of pouch, and they were little canisters, and there were 2 of them. Yeah. And they were to put on your key ring.
That's right. And the gentleman said to my husband, make sure no one is around, when you spray this, unless it's a perpetrator, of course. It's really strong. You have to be really careful. Do not spray this. Don't test it around anyone that you love. Yeah.
He didn't say all that.
I'm not
getting in the way of the story.
I'm painting a picture. So we're in the car.
Bloody 3-act
and
play.
I have to get out of the car to put money in the meter.
No, you went to the handy bank.
Oh, yeah,
You went to get some
that's
money.
right.
We're on Hollywood Boulevard and you went to
Yeah.
get some money.
And so I come back to the car, and as I'm just about to get into the car, I am hit full face with pepper spray. Because my husband has decided to spray the pepper spray, not in the car, but out the window and over the roof of the car as yeah.
No,
As
it's
I
not
walk
what
up.
happened.
As I walk up, you spray it
No,
into...
you were absolute. Can I say? Because yes, you did. You got a face full of pepper spray.
Yes.
Now, what I did, I was while Al was standing there at the bank, I'm looking at this pepper spray, going, it can't be all that guy said. It can't. It just I've got to have a crack at it or see if it comes out. So I hung my arm out the window and I pointed my hand toward the road, and I've got the pepper spray sort of upside down, and I did a like this because it was this, it was a pump spray. It wasn't like an aerosol, so it was pump spray. I gave it a couple of pumps, and as I pumped it, you opened up the door, which created suction, and it went back past my nose, past my face, but I didn't breathe in, straight through the car into your face as you
Yes.
sat down.
Right.
And you sat down and you went, did you spray that stuff? And all I could do was sit there.
laugh.
It was laugh and sit there and go, oh my God, it actually worked.
Yeah. And I then became your science experiment because you just watched my face as I went from red to purple to green.
And the eyes just ejaculated tears.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I got a little bit of it, and it was like tasting red hot chili.
Yeah, it
It
works.
was gnarly.
So if you do want to actually ward off any perpetrator, get yourself some pepper spray because it works.
Yes.
Trust me, I've
Yes.
had a face full of it from my husband.
Yeah. So these are the things that when the veils come down and real
Yeah.
behaviour starts, so I was able to start pressing buttons. Which when we bought our first home in the States, there was a fire alarm on the wall, and it was basically a security system. And we walked into our brand new home, and we hadn't turned on any security system. So I'm looking at this control pad going, this is pretty cool. We get to turn on the ADT or whatever it was, security system, and get that all plugged up and start paying money. And anyway, Al goes, don't press any buttons. Of course, I pressed the button and the fire brigade
Big
came
red
up
button.
within 3 minutes.
Fireman at the door, fire brigade on our street in our driveway.
That was for free. We didn't even plug it in. So it is.
But that wasn't the only the fire brigade, because River pressed it too, because River has the same thing with buttons.
Yeah.
So, and then somebody else pressed it. We had the fireman, and I think you got 3 shots at it, then you had to start paying.
Yeah. And
Or 2 shots a year, something
2
like
shots a
that.
year.
Yeah.
Two freebies a year, and then
Yeah.
and you paid after that.
Yeah.
So do you think it's a good idea to have this honeymoon period at the beginning of a relationship where you're not being authentic? Like Kim talked about in her Facebook post about this world of Instagrammable fake perfection, that we do kind of hold things back at the beginning? Or do you go fully authentic and burp and fart and, do whatever you're going to do because that's who I am? What do you think?
Look, I think ideally you bring 100% of you into the relationship, though I understand that honeymoon period. We certainly had it because we didn't know it. I mean, we were engaged after 2.5 months. So, there was a lot of, we were really getting to know each other but as we were engaged and married, like all the little
first 5 years of our marriage.
yeah,
really.
all the quirks and stuff, and so I think it's but that's like any relationship in a lot of ways. It's like a relationship with a girlfriend. You feel each other out, and you're working to sort of what jokes are appropriate, where does your interest lie, what's politically correct for you or me, or, there's sort of things that you're working out all at the same time. So, the idea is, 100% be you as much as you possibly can, because then that other person can decide from there. This is what we were sharing with Lolo too, our eldest. Dating is like, you just be you, and then if people like you, they like you. If they don't, then they don't. But as long as you're being 100% you, then you don't have to fake anything else.
Yeah, and I think it's natural. I mean, you talk about the like me part of me, or you, the pleaser.
Yeah, people pleaser.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
And I think when we first meet someone, it's the same in a work relationship. As you say, with any kind of relationship, you're sort of feeling each other out. You're sort of going, oh, okay, what do I like? What do I not like? Or you give someone the benefit of the doubt early on. They might have had a tough day. I don't really know them very well. There's lots to factor in.
Yeah.
And I think if you stay patient and curious about who that person is, and pay attention to the cues, and then you can make your choice as to how you want to progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think it's natural that we do, especially with someone we like.
Yeah, you want to put your best foot forward, and
Absolutely.
Genuine, really. It's the best way to go, always.
Be genuine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of genuine.
You are.
It is time to wrap it up. We've had dinner. I think it's time to brush teeth. Go to bed.
Speaking of putting your best foot forward, your best breath forward.
Yeah. Yeah, put the face mask on and, snuggle down.
Till next time.
Separate bathrooms. Ali Dado, look forward to catching up with you next week.
Hit us up on Facebook and on our Instagram. We'll catch up with you soon. Ciao.
Bye.